Yo, it's Rocky from the Driver Era, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Dude, it's been a couple years. I think the last time I saw you guys was before the EP dropped for R5.
Really? Which one?
The latest one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Which
yeah,
has been it's been quite some time.
That's probably almost been 2 years then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Lots.
I think you guys. I think that tour run that I saw you guys were at the Glass House,
Okay.
right? Or
Yeah.
was it Pomona? Fox Pomona.
Pomona was. Oh, I think that was. Yeah, Pomona was the most recent.
Yeah.
We played in LA, I believe. I'm not, to be honest. I don't remember where I've played the majority of the time. I kind
Because you've been everywhere. It's cool.
Yeah, I depend on the other band members to kind of figure that out, but
Yeah.
I believe it was Pomona.
Yeah.
So.
Well, dude, congratulations on the new single and the new project, the Driver Era. Let's talk a little bit about this. I mean, before, every time I would talk to you guys, I would always tell you guys, like, you guys are genuine lovers of music. Like, you guys know your music, not just today's music, but like every genre of music. Like, you could see that with all of the music, all the performances you guys did. Every time you guys wrote music, like, you can kind of get that vibe that you guys are like well known with like every genre out there. So I'm not surprised that Preacher Man dropped. I kind of saw this coming.
Yeah.
But tell me, when did this really start for you and Ross?
It's kind of through the end of R5. There's always times where we were like, how do we move forward?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was constantly people coming up to us like, yo, you guys have something special. Just, you got to figure out the right plan, basically. So even when New Addictions came out, we were constantly like, how do we brand this? How do we move forward? How do we do what we really want to do? And basically, it just kind of came down to let's put R5 on a hiatus and start something new.
Right.
So the idea's kind of always been there for like the last couple of years, but it was just never the right time. And now is the right time. We had the right song, and so far it's working out.
And so far, this song is giving you guys more attention than you guys have had before.
We've never experienced anything like this. I believe we're about to be like number 43 on alternative radio, which is insane. I never thought I would even play on alternative, and here we are.
Right.
Stations are adding us every week, it's mind blowing. It's insane.
That's crazy. And this time it was just you and Ross kind of producing and creating this track on your own. Yeah.
We Ross and I kind of towards the end of R5 kind of were doing more of the writing and producing, and so it kind of just made sense to continue that process.
Right.
But yeah, Preacher Man, it's doing its thing.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Now, is it safe to say, because New Addictions was kind of a different vibe from the previous stuff for R5. So was that kind of like that slow build to Preacher Man?
New Addictions was kind of the start of us realizing like what we could do.
Right.
Because even with New Addictions, a lot of people come up and be like, "Yo, these songs on here are dope. Like, what's the deal? How come people aren't hearing them, and how come they're getting out to people? And in a way, it was kind of always R5 that prevented that. Okay. And maybe if New Addictions came out under a different name, I don't even know. It could have had a totally different reaction. It might have not even done anything. Maybe no one heard it. Who knows? But there's a lot of people that have came up and told us and been like, "Yo, like these songs are dope. What's up? What's the deal? Like, why aren't you guys doing shit?"
Yeah, it was definitely a different feel. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It was more open to more music listeners. That's what I'd like to think.
I would like to believe that's because that EP we had the most to do with. Like, that was kind of the first time we actually, self-produced an entire song. Without most songs that you hear on the radio are session songs and all that stuff, which is, you kind of need that at some point, because to get a hit, no one just sits around and writes hits all day. Like, you kind of have to find them. But New Addictions was the first time we did that, and I think that's why it kind of worked out.
So how different was writing for Preacher Man as opposed to New Addictions or everything else previous to New Addictions?
It's, every song's kind of different. Like, the song I'm working on now that I was kind of playing you a little teaser of I've just been, in here just kind of vibing out by myself, you know, just feeling like melodies and lyrics and production. But every, you know, if Ross is here, he's not here, as you know. It kind of changes. Like sometimes I'll be working a beat and he'll be singing a little melody, and vice versa. It kind of is always different. Right. So
now Preacher Man dropped, and like I said, everyone got excited. So many things happened with this record. You guys have yet to do a performance, and I'm actually curious what that's like, because I was always a fan of the R5 performances because each and every one of you rocked out to your instruments, and like that was one of my favorite things. So what is a performance for the Driver era now?
It's still undecided. I'll be honest. There's been some ideas thrown around, some, you know, kind of like a little bit of a surprise. We don't really know yet, but we were gonna do a couple festivals here, but then, you know, Ross booked that TV show, so it kind of everything.
Damn it, Ross.
Yeah, come on, Ross. Everything got changed up a little, but I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised when we do actually kind of play our first show, which I don't know when it's gonna be. It could be the summer. It could be next year. Who knows, you know?
I mean, but how did you record the track? I mean, like, was it just you and Ross that did all the instrumentation as well?
Well, that's the thing is, like I said, every song is so different. It's not really like, let's all get in the studio and record everything live. That's not how it is anymore. You know, I'm over here, I'm chopping, I'm doing effects. It's all just like a process of just randomness. It's not how it used to be, where you need to rent a studio for a week or whatever and spend thousands of dollars. You know, I'm in a garage doing who knows what, you know?
Right.
So
now, you know, over the years, how do you feel that because you've been doing majority of the producing. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like your production side has kind of like evolved in the last couple of years?
It's, you know, it's always kind of evolving, I would say. And that's kind of the goal, is to not ever plateau and just kind of stop. Like I attempt to kind of keep doing something new with each song, right? Because every song, I mean, that's the worst, is if like every song you do sounds like the last one. It's like, what, this guy needs to like change some shit up. But you know, I'm just trying to keep it interesting and try new things. Like if I'm ever doing a song and it sounds like another song, I usually would be like, all right, I got to take out this part and throw in like something random. But just whatever sounds good to me is usually what I go with.
So at the same time, are you guys being a lot harder on yourselves with this new project and the music, as you guys are creating music for this project?
Yeah, honestly, I think that's one of the biggest like stalling issues of writing is Ross and I are a little too
perfectionist, maybe.
Yeah, we're just a little too like I'll be in here working on a song and I feel like I may have finished it like 7 hours ago, but instead I'm questioning this. I'll be questioning something forever, and then I just get stuck. You know, I'm stuck in this place, and honestly, that's where like having another person here comes in handy. Like if Ross was here, then it would be like, you know, I could be working on something and say there's an idea, and if I was questioning it, he'd be like, yo, no, that's dope. Bam, we move on. You keep going. Right. But instead, I'm kind of like locked away, like thinking about if this is dope, if I'm just kind of like on a vibe, like what, you know? Right. So that kind of stalls the process a little. Right. But you know, trying to move forward with it. It
works though. Yeah. It's working. So far. I mean, so far it's just one track and the world's going crazy. Yeah. Now, with Ross's busy schedules, like you mentioned, you're busy doing it here by yourself, but you know, what if these schedules kind of continue for him, like the way that they're going right now? Like, what would be the plan for the band?
Well, as you know, we don't really plan on playing a show anytime soon because of his schedules. But I personally don't mind doing a little writing by myself. I tend to do that even if he's here. I tend to do starts just where I'm just by myself, just because sometimes good things come from that. And he's actually, I'm going to meet him in Vegas this weekend. Nice. And he was like, yo, we have a little like portable studio with little monitors and like a mic and whatnot. He's like, yo, can you bring that to Vegas? So he's going to take it back to Vancouver. So he's probably going to, you know, mess with some ideas. I'll mess with some ideas. We'll kind of send them to each other and just go from there. Kind of like the Beatles used to do. Like they used to kind of write their own, each individuals, and then they, you know, get in the studio and be like, hey, this is like what I got. Right. that seems like what it's gonna be for now.
So I mean, no matter how busy he is, how busy you are, that you know, that vibe with the records are still, you know, there.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. And honestly, because Preacher Man is doing so well, we can't really release anything because there's a whole like it'll like clog up the. It's such a weird thing, but basically we can't release something until Preacher Man starts to die off,
Right.
And that could be next month, that could be 6 months, and I think we'll do like there'll be songs that we drop that aren't necessarily like, oh, let's go to radio with this song and you know, go shoot for the moon. It'll just kind of be like, you know, just a song, like release a song. Why not? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it seems like it's just, you know, radio just happened naturally. It doesn't seem like you guys pushed for that.
Well, yes and no. Most songs that get played on radio, there's people backing them.
Yeah.
There's money sunk in them. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that believe in that song. I mean, there is songs that just, you know, kind of all of a sudden because they're so good, they just gain traction and it just works and it blows up. Right. But a lot of majority of songs, if they're being played on radio and got to that place, they were advertised to do that. Basically, it's a lot.
Now I'm curious about something because you've always done backup vocals with Ross, but I like your vocals.
Oh, thank you.
So can we, now that this is a new project, this is a start of something fresh, like can we expect more singing from you? Like not to take away from Ross, but like
honestly, I've never been much of a singer, and I don't really like care to sing. Like there was a song on New Addictions that I actually sang, and that was one where I just kind of like the one I just played you, where I wrote the whole song, and I ended up playing it for the rest of the band and Ross, and they're like, "Yo, you should just sing this." And I was kind of on the other side, like, "No, I actually don't. I don't want to sing. I don't care to." But it kind of was personal to me and made sense to me for me to sing it, and ended up happening that way. Like this song, I don't think I would sing this song. But like my vocal is on there right now, but I just don't have much.
Sounds good. Sorry, Ross. I mean, you're not here right now.
Yeah, it's I'll play you the little vibe. You want to play it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll play like 20 seconds.
All right, let's tease him a little bit at least.
So this is me kind of like doing a little, you know, just a little demo vocal just to see if it was something that was worth kind of moving forward with. Right. So occasionally I'll make like a whole track and there won't be any vocals, but with this specifically, I had the kind of this lyric and melody idea, and I wanted to put it down so I could play it and be like, cool, I like this or I don't. Right. And so far I like it. You know, things may change, but you can get the vibe if the computer likes me here. Okay.
Tell me, Mary Jane, why is it that you know my name only when the stars are getting sober?
We should definitely sing some more, right? I think so. I think so.
Hold me long until the night is over. Beating in my heart where the feeling starts when we hit the stars, and we never stop, never stop. Beating in my heart where the feeling starts. Tell me, Mary Jane, why is it that you know?
Nice.
Oh man.
Nice. Nice.
So that's the vibe. And like I said, I don't plan on singing that. That's just my writing process. That's just kind of how things happen. Yeah. But we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping that you do. I'm hoping that you do. Now, with this project, like, are you guys, I mean, there's no label behind it. Like, are you guys doing this independently? What is the plan right now? Do you guys want to go that route?
So we started a sub-label, basically, which is kind of funny because you can start a label right now if you just say you started a label.
Right.
So
let's do it right now.
Yeah. So, and if you have an artist signed to your label, because it's to be a label, you basically just have to like produce an artist, you know what I mean? Like put together stuff. And that's kind of what Ross and I have been doing is we just took the helm of, you know, music videos, visual content, the songs, everything. So we just kind of decided to do that under a sub-label is basically what it is, and that's what 2 Records is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you mentioned music video. You guys used a new video director this time around.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's most music videos. It's kind of always like a quick, like you throw and go. It's, you know what I mean. Like for this one specifically, Ross kind of had a treatment and an idea. But every music video is so. It's like you got to do it. You have one day. You know, you start either early or late, and you go to like 3 a.m. like that. Preacher Man music video. I think we were there till like 4. Man. And I was just running around drinking champagne, so I had a great time. But yeah, it's every music video is you never know what's gonna happen. And then they never end up like the treatments ever. Right. But that's just how it is. That's the music industry is. And back in the day, there used to be these $1 million budgets for like Mariah Carey videos and stuff. Yeah. They'd shoot for like a week, you know, for a 2-minute video. Now, it's so much cheaper. Yeah, now it's 1-day shoots and way less money. So, right. But that's what it is.
Now, what's the plan for the remainder? I mean, for this year, what are you guys planning to just focus on new music, focus on creating music?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. I'm gonna continue to slave away in here and see what other magical sounds I can come up with. Right. Ross shoots until December, I believe. Man, yeah, maybe a couple festivals here and there. Like I said, we have a couple offers. I don't know if it works scheduling wise, but we'll see. Just more music.
Cool, dude. Well, congratulations with Driver Era. Congratulations with Preacher Man. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, it's everywhere. Just check it out online. And what makes you guys so different than any new artists today?
That's tough. I mean, I think our sound is definitely something that separates us from other artists, and that's kind of the goal is to sonically stand alone. Right. I think Kanye does that really well. He tends to kind of be ahead of the times with his music. But yeah, I think our sound puts us apart for sure.